Hi, my name is Zita and I'm so pleased that you're here on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going through a restorative practice that's built around anxiety. So we're here to try and soothe any of those emotions and strong feelings. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and grab your props, which will be a recommended of 2 blocks, 2 bolsters, and 1 or 2 blankets, whatever you have available. And then when you have everything set up and surrounded, you can take your blanket and lay it flat onto your mat. And this is just going to be something to support your knees as we come into a Sukhasana, or you can find a hero's pose. You might know that you can start anywhere you want. So if you want to go on your back, you can do that. If you want to begin your practice in child's pose, just taking the time to listen to your body, listening to what you need. But wherever you are, we'll begin to notice the breath, noticing how it fills all the way down to the belly. And as we exhale, we start to drop in a little bit deeper. We carry so much of our emotions and our feelings in the pit of our belly. There's a space above the navel. This is your solar plexus. This is where your third chakra lives, that energy center that deals a lot with fire, and sometimes that can be a good thing, but sometimes we need to tame it. So maybe as we move through our practice today, you bring that awareness to that center of the body. The third chakra is known as kind of a burning yellow. So maybe you envision that color, that warmth in that space. Feeling a long, soothing inhale through the nose, and a long, soothing breath out as you settle in. And taking as many breaths here as you need. And one more full inhale through the nose. And an open mouth, sighing out. If you wish, you can start to bring some movement into your body. You can gently lift one finger and then the other. Maybe you let the head rock side to side. Maybe one ear drops to one shoulder. The chin rolls forward, and you just find this on the other side. And then you're just starting to open up into the neck space a little bit. Gently taking your time as you drop the chin to the chest and bring that ear back onto the other side. And when you're ready, extend the left fingertips nice and long off your mat and tilt the right ear to the right shoulder as the right hand rests on top of the left side of the head. And when you're ready, you can slowly release this onto the other side, extending the right fingertips nice and long, left ear to the left shoulder as that left hand touches onto the right side of the head, opening up the right side of the neck. When you're ready, you can slowly release that left hand down. Find a long spine as you roll over the knees into your next pose. Finding your tabletop, hips are over the knees, tops of the feet are flat, shoulders are somewhere over the wrists. You can breathe into your cow pose, lifting the hips, dropping the belly, rolling the shoulders back. Letting that exhale be your cat spine, pulling the pelvis forward, shoulders to the sky as your gaze comes towards the thighs. Feeling that long, soothing breath in as you roll into your cow pose. Heart comes forward. And then your long exhale into that cat spine as you open up into the back of the heart. Gaze is back. Finding this one more time in your own space, in your own rhythm, breathing into your cow. And exhaling into your cat. When you're ready, find that neutral spine, breathe in here, then softly let the hips reach back as you move into your child's pose. Your child's pose can be in the traditional sense without any props. If you wish, fingertips grow nice and long. If you would like to use some props, there's different variations. You can take one block at a low setting towards the top of your mat and stack your bolsters as a ramp, settling them between the thighs. You might want to add on a block at a medium setting towards the top of your bolsters, and then setting another one at the low setting halfway through. You might not want to use any blocks at all, and you can play around with this as we'll be here for a few minutes. As you rest the left ear down, allowing your body to settle into your place, start to notice what comes up in the mind. What is going on? How are you? Maybe shedding what's happened to you in your day, and maybe any expectations that you have of what this practice will offer or what will happen after. Allowing that time for you to just drop into this present moment as you softly breathe in through the nose. And with every exhale, you gently let everything go. I'll keep the time, so allow yourself to just be here as you start to soften. When you're ready, take a full breath in. As your exhale gently lowers down onto the opposite ear, resting down onto that right side. And just easing into this gentle twist of the neck. Noticing the sit bones as they reach all the way back, and as your heart starts to melt down into this space. Once again, noticing if your mind begins to wander, maybe you gently bring it back. Tapping into what you actually need in this moment. Restorative practice is here for us to find a little bit more ease in a day that can be quite full. So just breathe as you are. And when you're ready, take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can start to slowly bring your way back up, shoulders over the hips, taking as long as you need to find that transition. And then when you're ready, we'll move on to the next pose. You're always welcome to come back to child's pose if that's where you feel that you needed to be. Otherwise, you can keep your props exactly as they are. You can add on, you can take away, but when you're ready, just move that blanket so that when you draw your left hip up against the base of the bolster and you stack the right knee on top, you find that nice cushion underneath the hips. Hands frame the bolster, you lengthen through the spine as your exhale starts to soften the body down. You can lower onto that left ear if you would like a little bit more softness. If you would like a little bit more of a twist, you can just bring your gaze to the left side, dropping down towards that right ear. And as we start to bring that twist all the way down into that third chakra, that energy point, imagining that you are wringing out all of what does not serve you, that excess weight. And feeling as you take each breath in and breath out, you free up more space. Finding any movement that you need to find a comfortable place. Just start to drop in here, allowing the mind to just be focusing on this one thing, that breath. when you're ready, take a big breath in and a big breath out. Gently, you can start to bring your way back up again. Let the hips come up to the back of the sit bones, sit up to the base of the bolster, hands behind you as you start to windshield wiper out the knees left to right. And then when you're ready, you can just find this on the other side, letting that right hip rest up against the base of the bolster, stacking the left knee on top. And then when you're ready, gently lowering the body down. Noticing if you need something different on this side, it is completely fine to change the position of your bolsters and blocks. You can, once again, add on or take away. And then maybe on this side, you find a little acceptance. Sometimes this is where our anxieties are built from. This drive for perfection, or in my case, sometimes I cling to an idea and it's very hard for me to let that go or let something else take its place. The unexpected, all of these things. So maybe you find acceptance here. And knowing when you can step into your truth and with grace face your anxieties and your fears and gently shed them away. It can be scary to face our fears and anxieties, so we take our time as we get there, not rushing, just easing into it. Slowly taking a breath in through the nose and gently letting it go. And then making your way back up into that seat, gazing at the back of your mat. You can windshield wiper out through the knees, taking any counter poses that might feel right in your body. And when you're ready, you can gently swing the legs around. We're going to find a supported forward fold, so you have options here to let the legs frame the bolsters. If the bolsters seem very far away, you can stack the blocks underneath, maybe one at the medium setting and then one at the low setting towards the center of your mat or your bolsters. and then just ramping them on top. And when you're ready, you can gently lower the body down if you find that the bolsters are still pretty far away. You can take that top bolster and fold it down. That way you get that additional lift and you can just drop your weight forward. You can feel the back of the heart open. You can feel the back space open. That nice long curve from the sit bones to the nape of the neck. Allowing yourself to drop into this place. Letting this be a counter to the twists, where you feel yourself just fold and surrender. Surrender isn't necessarily giving up. Surrendering is falling into this acceptance. Acceptance of ourselves. An acceptance of knowing that we have the strength to face our anxieties. Acceptance to know that sometimes that is a scary place to be. We all have our own waves that we try to move through. And sometimes that fire is too strong in the pit of the belly, so maybe we start to just slow it down a little bit. That way when we do face what we are going through, it can be calm and collected and with intent. Letting that breath guide you with a full inhale through the nose and a full exhale here. full breath out. And you can gently start to bring your weight back up again, taking your time as you transition. We'll move into our supported boat pose, bringing one block to the back of your mat, leaving one at the top, both on the low setting. And just creating that ramp on either side, on each side. One behind you, one in front, keeping the sit bones firmly on the ground. You can move around with this. You can bring a blanket on top of you if you want next level cozy. Then when you're ready, you can just start to settle in. Sometimes having an additional blanket as a weight on the legs helps keep them somewhat together. But over time, your body will settle into this place, allowing all of the tension to melt out of your body. Feeling the front of your chest and your stomach open, countering all of the twists and the forward folds, and just releasing all of that energy, releasing all of those anxieties out into the universe or wherever it may go. And letting all of those worries and anxieties and to-dos and responsibilities and all of those things, noticing the compartments that they live in within your mind. Maybe bit by bit you go through those compartments and shed out what you truly do not need anymore. Knowing that you have this under control and you are doing the work. That you are doing your best. You wouldn't be here if you didn't care, so allow that to be where you are. Finding love for yourself, acceptance for yourself, and all of the strength that you bring to each moment of your day. So as you are, take a full breath in here and a full breath out. And you can stay exactly where you are if this is where you would like to finish your practice. If you would like to find your own version of Shavasana, you can gently bring a bigger breath into the body, maybe some gentle movement. A version of Shavasana that I like to take is placing a bolster underneath my knees and then taking a second one and laying it the full length of my spine. I love to take the blanket and hover it over me so I can find that weight, letting it ground me down firmly into my place in time, into my place in space. But know that you have your own options. Listen to what you would need in this moment. Your Shavasana is your corpse pose. It is a place where you can truly let everything melt and let your practice wash over you. So appreciate the softness that it offers and that beautiful space that you create. I encourage you to wait in your Shavasana for as long as you can. Let it be a place where you can just be. Finding a breath in through the nose and softly exhaling, allowing your body to soften, letting the tension go. Feeling yourself float in this time. Thank you for joining, and I'll talk to you soon.